Black men were the pioneers of the second civilization of men. I call it the second civilization because it happened after the flood. The first civilization happened before the flood. And I don't want to talk about it because there is not much fact available to speak authoritatively about it. But we know that Nimrod was the leader of humanity after the flood. He led the building of the Tower of Babel. And we know that Nimrod was the son of Cush. And we know that Cush was a black man. In those days, every black man was known as a Cushite. This is a well-known fact. Blacks are called Cushites. And Cush is the father of the blacks. Cush begat Nimrod, and Nimrod was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Nimrod was a mighty leader, a mighty hunter. He led the rebuilding of the Tower of Babel before the languages of men were confused and dispersed abroad. After the languages of men were confused and they were dispersed abroad, people went different ways. I do believe that at this point, the curse that Noah placed on Ham has not taken effect. Because curses takes time before they take effect. God said to Adam that if you eat from this tree, you shall die. Adam ate from the tree and lived another 950 years before he died. The curse that Noah placed on Ham has not taken effect that time. People has not begun to despise the black skin. So we were part of the community. But after the dispersion, that discrimination started. We were considered good for nothing except for servanthood. People were buying and selling black men. If you go through the Bible, you see that black men were eunuchs, they were servants, they were head of servants, but we were servants just as the curse stated. If we look at the curse, I'm looking at it right now, it says, "Curse be Canaan, a servant of servants he shall be to his brethren." After the dispersion, the discrimination started. So the racism that we are suffering now didn't start today. It didn't start today. It has been from the beginning. After the dispersion, it began. Nimrod was a black man and he led the first civilization. But after Nimrod, after the dispersion, after the languages of men were confused, the discrimination started. People began to buy and sell black men and they used them as servants and slaves. For this reason, the black men kept moving back. We were pushed back. Then the civilization of men was around the Middle East. All of humanity were there. The blacks were the first to move out. Because of the persecution, because of the discrimination, we began to move out. We began to move out, to migrate to other places. We started the civilization in Egypt. I have no doubt that I don't know about the architectures that are in Egypt today. I don't know if they were built by blacks, but I do know that Egypt was first inhabited by blacks. But as the whites continued to advance, we were pushed back until we were pushed down to the forest of Africa. Different tribes. The confusion of language affected us the most. In Nigeria alone, we have almost 1,000 different languages. In Africa, we have uncountable different languages. In one state, there are many languages. We kept being pushed back until we lost touch with humanity. We forgot about everything we used to know. We became bushmen and savage men. We started wearing animal skin, using leaves to cover ourselves up. We lost every knowledge that we've had. Because knowledge spread, because men were living together, because of the community, knowledge spread, but we were cut off from the knowledge that was being spread, because we were dispersed, we were chased out of the community of men. So we lost out on the knowledge. We became much like animals, savage men, and all that, until the Europeans came back. That was when we reconnected with humanity. And at this point, we are just picking up from where others has gone beyond years past. We are just picking up. because we were cut off, because we were running away from slavery, we were running away from enslavement. So the discrimination that we are suffering right now did not start today. It has been from the beginning, but it was not always so. It is the cause that made it so. Because black is a beautiful thing, white is a beautiful thing, every form of skin is a beautiful thing. But this discrimination that we are suffering goes beyond our skin color. When somebody sees a black man, what comes to their mind? Well, at them during that period, they say not enough, not worthy. Just that discrimination. I don't want to be in the same place with this person. This person should be a servant. So that was why we were pushed back from the community of men, pushed back into forests and bushes until we were cut off from all of humanity, and we became literally animals.